All right, hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. How's everybody doing? I'm glad to be with you today. I really hope this video come out well because I'm doing it a little bit differently. For some reason, my data is acting up, so I can't record my podcast the way that I normally do. So I'm doing it this way with the native camera that's on the phone. I mean, I do it normally that way anyway, but I normally use a different processing system in order to get my videos and everything. But thanks for joining me. I hope you all are having a great day. I hope you all are doing well. I really don't know the episode, the title of this episode going into it right now, but yeah, just wanted to touch on some different concepts, some different things. I seen our fucking president Joe Biden giving out the medals of freedom to a couple of people that he wanted to give out the medals of freedom to. You know what I mean? That was dope. But you got to realize that, you know, there's a lot of crimes that, don't get it wrong, this is the best country in the world to me, because this is where I'm at, this is where I'm born at. You see that, right? But there has been a lot of criminal acts against humanity, against, you know, against your spiritual belief system, against the very deities that you believe in. You know what I mean? And I believe, me personally, I believe that, you know, the Democratic Party is responsible for a lot of the bullshit that's going on in America today. You know what I mean? And I say that for a reason. You know, you got different candidates that'll have different things happen throughout America to boost their political standings. And I think that that's not only wrong, that's treason, that's tyranny. And I believe that Joe Biden gave out those medals of freedom to maybe you know, prevent any of those people who was holding any political office from going to prison for crimes, for criminal acts that they committed in the past to American citizens. It's things that they do abroad to American citizens that they do here to American citizens, and they mainly do it here, you know what I mean, because we're here, you know. And it's like we get fucked over so much we don't even realize it, you know what I mean. So he give these medals. One of them was Miss Clinton, you know, the Hillary Rodham Clinton. He gave one to Denzel. I think Denzel deserved it. He gave one medal to I'm trying to calm down a little bit because I just was swarmed a little while ago, but you know, I'm feeling I got a little bit more breathing room right now, I should say. But yeah, he gave one medal to Hillary Rodham Clinton. He gave one to Bill Nye, the science guy, Magic Johnson, Denzel Washington. Don't get me wrong. To make it to the height of these people's career, yeah, they had to, you know, cut some corners, make some deals and this and that. I'm not taking anything away from anybody who got their, you know, medals of freedom or their American, whatever, their honors of freedom. It looked like a Purple Heart or whatever, but it's just an honor of freedom or whatever. And they give them these things because, you know, they did something in the past, instead of them going to prison or something, now they could strip the medal from them. I'm not talking about the ones, I'm talking about the other ones, you know what I mean? That's the filler, the Magic Johnson, the Denzel Washington, the Bill Nye, the science guy. That's the filler. Those are the people that you give the medals to, who's never going to be, you know, questioned for crimes against humanity and things like that. But then you slide the politicians the medals as well. So this way, if they ever, you know, get looked at for any crimes that they committed against American citizens, against American citizens' humanity, against their spirituality and their beliefs, then they could just strip the medal from them and prevent them from being locked up or incriminated in any crimes that they did in the past. Because even when they was having the ceremony, I seen that they brought up JFK. You know, they brought up JFK because JFK time period, there was a shift going on in America. There was a lot of moving pieces going on in America. This is why JFK was assassinated by his own government, you know what I mean? And, you know, our government tries to play God. Not tries to play God, it does, in a way, play God. But there's a God above this that supersedes, you know, that supersedes what goes on here. You can't really tell because you're here and they got, you know, all the eyes on you, and, you know, you're stuck in this system and you can't really, you know, discern, you know, the perspective, their perspective from your perception. You know, your perception and the perspective is two different things. And I get sidetracked a bit because I'm still watching my environment. I'm telling you, it's a tedious thing to do. The title of this episode was going to be called August 20th, right? Jesus or Isa, whatever your religion is, Jesus or Isa was born August 20th, right? A lot of people believe that he was born on the 21st. That's my birthday, August 20th. I've been doing my investigation and I've been doing my soul searching. And I believe that this is why they put me in the position that they put me in. This is why they did the things that they did in my life. They'll have people around you, planning around you like it's a chess game. You know what I mean? It's a chess game that they play. And the people in your life are the pieces. You yourself are a piece on this chess board. You know what I mean? And this is what they do. You know, they play these sacrificial games with us in real life, in real time. You know what I mean? They tried, and I believe they're still trying to cover up what they've been doing to me in a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? How they'll try to make you look like something you're not, how they'll try to make you take your own life, especially if you have the soul of Isa or Jesus within you. You know, when you got that type of spirit within you, why else would they try to have you, you know, paint you out to look a certain way or have you do certain things? Because I've been saying it in every podcast, what's here is very demonic. What's here is very demonic, and it's playing out before our very eyes. We could say it's a test. We could say that everything's been written. We could say that we have free will. But they perform rituals with us and things like this. We're all energy moving around. And they want to control that energy. So they play God. You know? I feel like I just been feeling like I've been under constant threat and attack, and I've been getting no help because the very people that I'm going to try to get help is the very people that's hurting my situation. You know what I mean? I got speculators, people watching this and that. It's all fine, you know, but I understand the attacks that they do on me. I understand the attacks that they do on you. I understand that they tried to, and they still try to manipulate me in a lot of different ways. They try to get you to hurt yourself. You know what I mean? They tried to take me out because I'm connected to something that's above what they created here. I'm connected to something above their craft that they have here going on. You know? I can't help that. But I can help all you realize what's going on. I can try to help you realize what's going on. I'm not saying that your religions is lying to you. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying that our government is both good and evil. You know what I mean? Our government is both good and evil, and it's us. We're in here, we're all together, and it's, they have you, you know, I can't think of a way to say it, but all I know is what's here is going against God, and God is punishing what's going against God. In turn, we're punishing ourselves. You know what I mean? In turn, they're building up this theater war and all of this shit. They want to bring... If you look at the CIA logo, right? On their logo, they have an image of a Cuban and they have an image of an Afghan. They're the puppeteers. You know what I mean? They're the puppeteers of these, you know, they the ones that nudge and get people to do different things like that. So we have to stop being delusional and realize that our own government is the ones that's governing over us. Our own government is the ones that's casting fear, that's crafting fear into our lives, that's crafting problems into our lives in different situations. And then they sit around and try to watch you and make you uncomfortable. So this way you don't actually say or expound upon what you actually feel or what the truth is. But that's the truth. Anybody who's been living long enough, anybody who thinks in the realm of logic and reason can see exactly what's going on. You know? This is why they don't like activists. Something told me to look up today. I looked up Latin activists and how they was watching these Latin activist groups in America. They was watching them for about 6 years. About 3 to 6 years, they was watching them, following them at all their little rallies and their little speakings and their events and things like this. And you never knew that they never knew. This group of Latin activists, they never knew that the CIA was actually following them around and, you know, monitoring them and investigating them and putting together a whole, you know, briefing about, you know, what they were actually, you know, fighting for and what they were standing for and taking pictures and doing a document, some things like that. And they do this because they want to be in the know about everything that goes on. And there's nothing wrong with being in the know about everything that goes on. But when you're in the know and you're also setting up the things that's going on, that's more of a, that takes away the element of free will. That takes away the element of you being able to really control your own destiny. Anytime you have a system in place that can actually, you know, guide or shift the things that you do on a daily basis, how is that free will? You know, and then they sit up there and protect themselves with medals of freedom and things like this. They give them to a few people who really deserve them, and then they give them to a few people who's done some heinous shit to protect their ass, because the heinous things that they probably did was in America's best interest. So America is always going to just protect what's in America's best, what's for America's best interest. We're always going to protect what's for America's best interest. And it's a fucked up teeter-totter. It's a fucked up seesaw right there, because sometimes what's in America's best interest is not what's in your best interest. Sometimes what's in their best interest is to fuck up your best interest, or wherever you're from. Because I'm connected to a lot of different countries. I got Native American blood, I got Irish blood, and I got Cuban blood in me. So that's Ireland, that's America, of course, Turtle Island, and that's Cuba. So I'm pulling from a lot of different sources of information, because it's all in the DNA structure. So yeah, I don't know. All I know is, you know, biting baby bird, vulture looking ass, gave out the medals to protect his ass. I know that they perform rituals. He's one of the sickest motherfuckers. I couldn't believe they made this old bastard president after he was so, like, he's a child molester. He's a heinous motherfucker. He did so many fucking crimes against people of color and everything. I don't know how they let this old vulture-looking motherfucker. He looked like the Looney Tunes vulture from the cartoons, the stupid fucking Looney Tunes vulture. That's what he looked like to me. I can't stand the guy. But he's in there. I'm glad they pushing his ass out because I believe a lot of shit that's been going on in Pennsylvania, in America, is because of this Looney Tunes vulture-looking motherfucker, to be honest with you. I think it's because of him. I think he move a lot of people. He'll make citizens look like this or that because he'll look into their background. Oh, this person does this. Oh, we could paint him out to look like this. And it looks good on him whenever he have the FBI or somebody go take him down. Right? It's all a political thing. It's all propaganda. If fucking you over is gonna make them look good in their polls and their political polls and everything, oh, he's stopping crime and he's making sure that bad citizens is going down and things like this, then it looks good for him. But it fucks your life up. It fucks up your legacy. You know what I mean? And people will do this for their political party or whoever they work for because it also furthers their career. It gets them ahead in their career. So you got people in offices watching regular citizens, figuring out which ones they can set the fuck up to make them look like a certain way for certain reasons, especially if they fucked over your family in the past. If they fucked over your family in the past, that gives them that gives them more incentive to fuck over your family in the future because they want to cover up the past shit that they did. So if they can continue to find a pattern where they could get you on anything, they'll continue to ensnare you, ensnarl you into their craft. This is what they do. This is what many of us deal with, but we don't realize that. That's why I believe that all that shit was going on, you know, that's part of the reason that all that shit, because what they'll do is they'll have an N, right? One citizen is an N, right? And if they can make this citizen, if they can make this person, not citizen, because whenever you're a citizen, you're proclaiming that you're property, right? But if you can make this person either go positive, extremely positive, or extremely negative, either way, that's a win-win for you, right? If you can make this person, if you can make them go extremely positive, then they're gonna produce more revenue, produce more money, right? For the economy, right? And on the other hand, if you can make them go extremely negative, you could paint them out to be a monster and then paint yourself out to be a hero because you're going to come in and take down a monster that you created. Makes sense, don't it? It makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to the layman mind out there. That's why I don't really even try to even put my podcast out there for everybody. There's certain messages, bits and pieces of my podcast that's meant for certain bits and pieces of people to hear. Everybody's not going to hear it because they're not meant to hear it. You can't hear the message and everything because it's not meant for you to hear. If you hear it, then take it. If you don't, then leave it the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Because I know what you're doing. This is why I choose to be, if I was, because, I really don't do the whole politic, but I follow it. If I was to be a part of any political party, it would be a Republican. That's why I want Trump in office. Because it seems like when the Democrats in office, the citizens is under attack. They're going to do this and make it look like that they're helping people out, this and that. But it seems like when Democrats are in office, they always try to play a propaganda war. When Republicans are in office, they're trying to play an economic war. They're trying to, build up the economy. When the Democrats in office, they're just trying to take from the economy and, do this tax thing. I don't know. I'm not going to let the political thing, you know, the political game play too heavily in my mind on how it affect, you know, what political party I stand for. I know I stand for the party I stand for because during the hardest years of my life, when I was going through something, and I reached out to different agencies and organizations for help, right? Whether I had a lawyer or not, right? Just being a human being, right? When I reached out to people while Democrats, you know, held the House and the Senate and all this stuff, right? Everything went to shit. I was afforded no type of justice, no type of help, right? But now the Republicans going in office, and now I'm hearing that Trump's gonna have the FBI investigated, Trump's doing this, and he's cleaning the house, this and that. How can you not get behind something like that? You know, it was idiocy. It was idiotic to put a president in there that was fucking old as Methuselah in the first fucking place. It was idiotic to do that. You know, and I understand why you did it, because there was this, like I said, it's a chess game. Put him in there so this way you could pass certain laws and get certain legislature passed and things like this. But America don't need that. We don't need that. But you prop them up. You propped them up. You had the, you know, the old guy puppet like Jack Dunner, you know, had the old guy puppet. That's what Joe Biden looked like, the fucking puppet. That Jack Hanna does, the fucking old guy puppet. That's what the fuck he looked like in there. Come on, man. Nobody got time for that. And he's so fucking old that you could tell he's not making any of them decisions that he's making. Then he had the nerve to go to New Orleans where they did the fucking Cybertruck thing at, or whatever, to the Trump Tower. No, he didn't go to the Trump one, right? He went to the New Orleans one, right? Come on, man. Just have a fucking seat. We all know you're a fucking monster. We all know you gave those medals of freedom out to protect people who committed acts of treason against people, who committed acts of crimes against humanity, against Americans. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's what that was about. He's covering people's ass with those medals of freedom. It really don't matter much to me, but you know, I could see through the dichotomy that we're living in. I could see through the rhetoric that's built up. You know what I mean? It's a vicious game they play. You know, it's a vicious game they play, and they make it look like it's one-dimensional when it's very, very much three-dimensional. You know what I mean? Right here, we're on the first dimension of this chess game that's being played out. The second dimension of this chess game that's being played out is the government level, the politics and all that. That's the second level of the game. So we're on the first level, and the government, you know, and all of, you know, that's the second level. Third level is spirituality, God, the one who's really above the firmament that the government is controlling, that's over top of us. So, you know, we're down here, you know, it's a game. It's not really a game, but it's a spiritual thing that's being played out in the physical. And you have to realize that. If you don't realize that, then you're just being, you know, a battery, a puppet, you know what I mean? Maybe it's good not to realize that, because you get to just live your life. But if you don't realize that, then you could really fall for anything. At any time, your mental fortitude can be tested. It can be unwoven if you don't realize exactly what's going on and how you can be manipulated on an everyday basis within your everyday life by different tactics that organizations take against you. And I'm not against the organizations or anything like that. I think testing people is actually good, but you shouldn't test a person to the point where you're breaking their mind, you're breaking their spirit, you're breaking laws, spiritual laws, you're breaking human laws, you're breaking laws against humanity when you do these type of things. And that's what's not right. That's what the government protect themselves from. That's why they'll just assassinate people or kill people or take them out if they can. If they can. I truly believe that God is protecting me. Because if you add up my birthday, if you add up August 20th, 1986, right? If you look it up in the genealogy, it comes up to 1. I know the soul that I possess. They know the soul that I possess. The city know the soul that I possess. This is why they don't want to let me out of their possession. This is why it was a thing where, you know, handlers and shit, man. You know, this is what they do. This is why it was a thing where either they want you to, they wanted to paint me out to be a monster, or the latter, the other extreme, right? This is what they do. And they use the secret organizations to do it, you know? Because every organization is a chess piece, right? Every organization is a chess piece. They had to break it all down because it was one main organization that was the head of all the other organizations. But they had to dissolve that because people became aware of their fucking, you know, how they're doing things. So they took the Knights of the Templar, they broke them apart, and they created the Masonic Order. They created the Eastern Stars. They created the Boule, right? They created all these different orders to control different sets of the society, you know? They walk around in, you know, everyday life. You'll never know who the fuck they are. They're in your family. They're your friends. They're your enemies. They're your lovers. They're your boss. They're your neighbors. They're you, right? And they sit up here and they place these people in your life, and they manipulate and control your life and nudge your life in ways that they want it to go. So really, what are you dealing with? It's a military-industrial complex that's harnessing the energy of your soul, of your spirit. If they don't want you to come into this knowledge, then they'll execute you. They'll get rid of you. Because every human being, if you live life long enough, you'll start to come into the knowledge of who you really are, of what soul you possess. You'll start to really, if you add it up, if you're not too simple-minded and you're out here on the drugs and on the different substances, you can really calculate who you really are. I am that I am, right? You have to know who you are. Not who you are as a physical being, who you are as a spiritual being. Right? If you don't know that, then you really don't know shit. Because they'll manipulate your life not based upon who you are as a person. They'll manipulate your life based upon who you are as a spiritual being. That's what they do. This is what they don't want you to know. That's why I just stay to myself. I highly guard myself and cover myself just to meditate and, you know, stay true to myself. Stay true to myself and continue to create. Don't let any situation or circumstance dictate my character and who I'm supposed to be. You know what I mean? A lot of times you get in a situation, you get in a, you know what I mean? You let that transform you into something that you're really not. You know, we all got flips, switches that we could flip at any time to channel different emotions or different feelings, or, you know what I mean? But you don't have to be that 100% of the time, all day long. You're gonna be an angry fucking person all day long. All day long, just because something went wrong 5 years ago, you're gonna be an angry fucking person for the rest of your fucking life. What you did was you let manipulation set in. You let somebody change the content of not just your character, but the content of your soul. And that's a travesty. That's a travesty. When any situation can change not just the content of your character, but the content of your soul. That's the devil's work. That's the devil's work. You know, a lot of us, we have to stop being so biased, you know, and really start looking into other belief systems. You start realizing that the knowledge of God isn't just in our one set religion, our one set belief system. The knowledge of God is spread out throughout all of them. Throughout every different religion, and the Torah and the Quran and the Holy Bible and this and that. And you got to take all of that and compile it. Not the bullshit filler, but the stuff that really means something. The words written in red, they would say, as they would say, right? You just compile all of that information and really sit back with your logic and your reasoning and your cup of coffee or your cup of tea or whatever it is, and just meditate on that. And realize that all of this here is just filler. You know, all of this here is just, you know, so you can have something to do. Well, that's the end of my podcast. I'm done. I just wanted to get that down. I mean, thank you for all the support. Go listen to the music. Go read the books. Oh, today I just dropped the audio book on Google Play Books. So yeah, if you're on Google Play Books, if you read any books on there, if you listen to your books on Google Play Books, go download Nature's Features on Google Play Books. It's available right now for $15. If you're a subscriber to Google Play, you don't even got to pay for it. You can just download it, listen to the book right now. What can I say? I'm trying to get it on Audible too, but I ain't making no excuses. I got to get it out there. So, yeah, peace.